Good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. Anywhere you are hearing my voice this morning, I am still remaining your one and only Okutedele Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth. Remember, this Obonga station is where you are going to hear the truth and nothing but the truth. We don't mince words and we don't give a propagandous news. Any news you hear from my mouth or hear from this very station, believe it, my dear brother, my dear sister, my dear viewers and fans all over the world. It is the right truth and nothing but the truth. We don't do what? We don't tell lies. So that is why you need to always trust and believe and also share any message you hear from this very platform. Before we proceed into the frivolities of today being Sunday, happy Sunday to you all, and my prayers that as you go out today to worship whatever you believe on that is working for you, let all your prayers be answered. Can I hear amen in the house? So let us read the headlines before we can be able to take on the news one after the other. Breaking news. This one is coming from the camp of the IPOB, which says, and I quote, Nigeria failed democracy and foreign observers preference for shambolic selection or election over high demand of referendum. This one is coming from the camp of IPOB that is agitating for their own referendum. So this one, another one, this one is coming from P2B's camp. And it says, I quote, rigging. We have evidence of various polling units. P2B replies to Numbu's camp, where the talk say, Obi, no go fit do anything, no. Say all this one, wait on the shasha here and there. Say they don't win election, they say they don't win. But let us see the outcome at the tribunal as soon as possible. We are having here again, this one is coming from Papa Soranti. And he sent message to P2B and Atiku Abubakar. He advised them on what to do, on how to deal with the election outcome. Here the breaking news. Fasoranti or Pafasoranti sent message to P2B. Atiku advises them on how to deal with the election outcome. It's now on a prayer be that. So you cannot give what you don't have. This life is give and take, but you are giving what you cannot take. Yes, now, if this election is being rigged now in the favor of Obi, can you be able to take it? You will not. So don't give what you cannot take. Breaking news, Nigerians in diaspora, they don't volunteer themselves to train INEC officials after the 2023 general elections on how to do what? On how to handle other machineries on the Beaver Sea. You wanna get it? So we are having the last, not the least. Labour Party, they don't insist. They say, na P2B, na he win this election of 2023. Where they can't give our comedian in the house, will be Oga Agbado, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the Labour Party can be, what did they call them? They don't call say Nehio, they don't call change. They say this one, say they don't agree, we don't agree, we don't agree, we don't agree. Say if the tribunal they don't do anything, say they go find another way where they take reverse that result in favor of their candidate, will be His Excellency Dr. Gregory Peter Obi. Do not touch the dial, please. I will be back. Let me drink some water. Oh, mother can go. You get the point now. So, my good people, we are about to take news now. Please, tighten your seatbelt. Tighten your seatbelt. Tighten your seatbelt. We are about to take off. I repeat again. Tighten your seatbelt. Grab your popcorn. We are about to take off. In case you never subscribe, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we go live, or we have anything new, or we update our channel. So please, you people should not mind me, because this Sunday it make me talk, and that is why it seems like I'm jumping words. I am not jumping words. You get the point now. So let us begin our news with Nigerian failed democracy and foreign observer preference for shambolic election over high demand of referendum. So much noise has been made by the diplomatic corps and foreign observers about the Nigerian election, dubbed Africa's biggest democracy. Regrettably, not much has improved for decades on how election is conducted after grants upon grants from the European Union and the United States Agency for International Development, which is USAID. The tribal politics started by the Action Group of Obafemi Awolowo and the Nigerian National Democratic Party (NNDP) of SL Akintola devolved from a regional catastrophe to a national disaster, even with all the investments in bimodal voters accreditation system, which is BVAS. Technology, a simple task of uploading results to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) server as mandated by the Electoral Act as amended, has not been obeyed. INEC did not obey a simple law of stating the election on time and did not have a good reason for not doing that by law. This election has witnessed ballot boxes snatching, ballot paper mutilation and destruction, tribal intimidation, and disenfranchisement across Nigeria, with profound notoriety in Rivers, Lagos, Edo, Kano, and Bayelsa states. These election violations or crimes have gone on with law enforcement doing nothing, and in most cases aiding and abetting them. This is no election, it is a total sham. Nigeria is made up of 3 major nations yoked as one, namely Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. The political tension in Nigeria would cease if Nigerians are allowed to make a political decision on nationhood through a democratic process called a referendum. The question is, why are the Germans, French, and English separate countries? Why are the Germans, French, and English separate countries, but the Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa are forced together? It never happened in any country. It's only in Nigeria that we have a country of 3 different languages with a high number of population. Still yet, the European Union, the international community are not doing anything simply because of what they are gaining in Nigeria resources. Why do the Europeans and United States of America consider outside meddling in their election a national security risk, but West deep in Africa's election? Why is the West funding election in Nigeria while a simple referendum will resolve issues effortlessly? Why is referendum good for Scotland and other Western countries but not good for Nigeria? That is the question we all need to ask ourselves. Look at what happened in this election. The European Union observers or United Nations election observers that come to Nigeria, when they are being asked to comment on this very issue, what they tell you is that they cannot interfere in Nigeria's electoral processes. Then what makes you to be an observer? What do you come there to observe? You come to observe the negativity of the election or the positivity. It is high time that the Africans wake up to being slaves to all these European Unions or all these Westerners that claim to have interest in Nigeria election or whatever it is, but they are indirectly the one that is sabotaging the election processes in Nigeria. We know the gamers and the ballers in this just concluded election, which they have declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu winner. We know the game they played. Literally, it might not be from Nigeria, it might not be from INEC, it might not be from President Muhammadu Buhari, but from the Westerners who claims that they so much care about Nigeria, but they don't care anything. They don't want anyone that will come into the office and become a thorn in their flesh and become someone who will cut off the areas which they have been making our country dry, which they have been stealing our own mineral resources. The only thing they want is somebody that will come there and give them a free hand to do whatever they like. Look at Chinese in our own country, in our own land. Illegal mining everywhere in our land. All the whole mineral resources we have, both the gas, the gold, the gemstone, the precious stone, and the rest of them is being mined by Chinese illegally through the help of our security personnel. But can a Nigerian man go to China, even stay without paper and walk on the street, or go to there's one bush in China and carry knife and do palm inside there, my dear? What you will see, even your next 10 to 11 generation can never explain what happened to them. But look at it, it's freely in Nigeria simply because these people are the ones that is making sure that Anybody that is coming into the presidency office in Nigeria must work with them so that they will be busy taking away our mineral resources to develop their own country and boost their economies. Look at the economy of Nigeria. 24 hours, every governor, every senator, even very soon now, you find out that local government chairmen will be going to China to borrow money. Where did they get this money they are borrowing? It is your own mineral resources they come to take illegally. That is what they borrowed you as money. And each time you ask them for loan, they will not say no, simply because they have expatriates in Nigeria that is digging that money they are giving to you as loan. That is one secret that Nigerians don't know. That one secret that Africans don't know. But they keep on believing on this country that they are fighting for your cause, my dear. The time it is high time we all wake up to face the reality, or else a time shall come that the Chinese will come. Look at what they have did to Zambia or Namibia. They have taken Namibia and Zambia. The most their seaport and the airports have been taken over by Chinese simply because of Boro. And you tell me that will not happen in Nigeria? It will surely happen one day if our leaders do not wake up to embrace the reality and the truth. Since elections are non-beneficial to the indigenous people of Nigeria, why do the diplomatic corps, community, and the foreign observers prefer it over on high demand for referendum? They will not perform any referendum because when they did, they will cut off all the areas, because if they do a referendum now, the Hausa man or Hausa people or the Arewa will not allow any foreign machinery to enter to their land to begin to dig, not with the help of a police officer or a military general that is in office, because they are collecting percentage, forgetting that whatever they collect from those Chinese is just a peanut to compare with what they are digging from your land. Go to Osun State, go to Ekiti, and see how they are mutilating their lands there. Many people, their land have been taken by force, giving them mere 1.2 million naira. That is not even up to a cost of a single gold block. But they are busy mutilating their lands, digging wells that you don't know how we can cover it when they are done with taking away the mineral resources in your land. That is Nigeria for you. And that is why all of them are so interested in Nigeria, because of their mineral resources, not simply because they want Nigeria to grow. No, they want Nigeria to be in total confusion. It is for their own advantage and gain. That is where I stand. I rest my case. This message is brought to you. It is written by Chibuzo Daniel, edited by Oga CS Madabuchi, and for Family Writers Press International. That is the news from Biafra. Remember, our news comes from different platforms. So anyone you hear, if it's not to your taste, fast forward it to the next track. You will find your own news there as well. Rigging. We have evidence of virus polling units. So this one is coming from P2B camp. The replies to Atiku camp. Number Tunumbu camp, not Atiku camp. Sorry to say. And the Labour Party presidential candidate P2B has declared his party has evidence from virus polling units across the country to challenge the victory of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The former governor of Anambra State made this known through the media team of Obidati Presidential Campaign Organization on Friday in a statement titled, "We have no common grounds with the APC on a rigged elections." This comes after the director of media and publicity for the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council, Bayo Ononuga, on Thursday said Tinubu will engage Obi if he has concrete evidence to prove he won the presidential election. We are about to see the next line of the movie titled Rigged Election. The media head in a statement titled, "We will meet P2B in court," said that in an election where Obi emerged third, he found his allegation of fraud very wired. That is how you people do, because you people know that Obi will challenge this election to the last bus stop if you give him the chance of coming second. But you people read him out to even a distant third. But despite the fact he knows what he wants and he knows that he is the choice of the people, you cannot by force people to accept your candidate. It is not done. When before this election, you people said, well, the jungle mature simply because of Lagos revenue being splashed on different Garambos go to people. so that the election will be rigged. And we have seen the outcome of it. No problem. See people then in court, according to P2B's Labour Party's camp. The statement disclosed that the INEC declaration of Tinubu as president-elect will surely go down in history as a most bizarre act of electoral fraud, despite the obvious and well-documented rejection during Saturday's February 25th election. The Obidati camp noted that Tinubu and APC have remained restless over the INEC declaration, stressing there is an evidence from polling units to prove Labour Party won the election. The party added it will not be needing the assistance of any party, including the People's Democratic Party, to prove its case. Thank you, as Anonoga and APC suggested. Part of the statement reads, since this unsettling declaration as a winner of a charade as supervised by Prof. Mahmood Yakubu and his men, and which is rightly being condemned by millions of Nigerians and also by international observers, the APC and its candidate Bola Tinubu have remained restless because they have murdered peace. What may be gleaned by Mr. Ononoga's empty and futile attempt to throw truth on his head is that Mr. Obi was declared dead, so he has no standing to contest the results, that many prominent parties and personalities lost their states and contested seats. So therefore, the election were free and fair, and that Mr. P2B and Labour Party swept the elections in the southeast. So it was an indication of fairness. What we seek simply is that the truth results are recorded by INEC voters in the polling booths be proceeded as required by the law, by instantly transmitting them to the INEC server and thereafter being reflected on the IRV before declaration, as they form the primary record of the election for all tabulation, collation, and declaration. The idea of criminal withholding passwords, inflation, altercation, substitution, manipulation, and fabrication of voting figures and Form EC8A outside this simple process remains an illegality, even where they have been criminally crafted for the Labour Party to maintain its deserved lead at any sub-unit of the election. It was clear that we have little grounds in common with Ononoga or the APC, or to begin to discuss our compare notes on this election as far as he is concerned. The fact that Labour Party won in some declared results should forestall a challenge to an election that was overwhelmed by irregularities from top to bottom. This has no basis in reason. We totally reject the narrative that Obidati ticket did not win the required spread of 25% in enough states, or that we did not win enough votes in the northern states. The evidence is constant that the same brazen altercation of votes and non-transmission of polling booths results occurred in all across the country, including the northern states. There is an abundant evidence that the votes were systematically altered and reduced in these states, with a particular aim of denying our ticket is duly earned 25% and higher in those states. We advise the APC and its members to get ready to give cogent reasons to the election tribunal how, despite being roundly rejected in many key states at the polls by Nigerians, it magically emerged winner in the election through a declaration by Professor Mahmood Yakubu. We have cast iron evidence from polling units across the country to prove that we won overwhelmingly, and we will prove our case beyond any possible doubt or reasonable doubt. This one is coming from Obi campaign, Obi camp. Tinubu, this one is per fast orantis. Don't send message to P2B. Atiku Abubakar advises them on how to deal with election outcome, according to the old man. The national leader of the Yoruba socio-political organization, Afenifere, Parube Fasoranti, has appealed to other presidential candidates, People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party, P2B, among others, to allow the president-elect Tinubu assume office peacefully. You can't give what you don't have. The Yoruba leader stated this during a congratulatory message to Tinubu made available to newsmen in Akure, the Ondo state capital. He urged the agreed presidential candidate to take legal and peaceful actions and not resort to violence. Fasoranti noted that the opposition ought to allow the president-elect to concentrate slowly on tackling the problems plaguing the country. Fasoranti said, I now appeal to all concerned Nigerians and the international community who might be aggrieved one way or the other not to do anything that will set Nigeria on fire. We should all go peacefully, take lawful means and tread legitimate and legal path to rectify anything that might have, from their own point of view, gone wrong. Let Tinubu and all concerned settle down immediately to tackle the enormous Nigerian project of tackling insecurity, solving our economic downturn, restructuring the country, and rebuilding a nation never so badly divided into ethnic, religious, and corrupt lines. This news is coming all the way from Fasoranti, who is the leader of Pro Yoruba Kiniko. So we are having here Labour Party. They don't insist to say Obi now win this election of 2023. Let us see what they have to say. The Labour Party has informed All Progressive Congress that it has evidence that Peter Obi, his presidential candidate, won the election, and last week, Saturday, the Obi-Dati Presidential Campaign Organization of the Labour Party made this statement on Friday. This comes after Bayo Ononuga, the head of media and publicity for All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council, stated this on Thursday that Tinubu will speak with Obi if the latter produce documentation proving he had won the election. Ghana was going to want to exchange hands. So I don't agree. Say he's ready to speak with Obi if he can produce the documentation proving that he won the election. We are heading somewhere, Joe. The media assistant called Obi's accusation of fraud in an election in which he finished third very strange in a statement titled, "We shall meet Peter Obi in court." Okay, let us see. In response to Ononuga, the Labour Party campaign asserted that the APC was using a manipulated pool to try to harm Peter Obi's reputation. Despite the obvious and unequivocal rejection during the election on Saturday, the INEC's identification of Tinubu as president-elect would undoubtedly go down in history as a very odd incident of electoral fraud, according to the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council. The party asserted that, contrary to what Ononuga and the APC suggested, it will not need the assistance of any party, including the People's Democratic Party, to establish its case. So na so the two, na so the TikTok am here. So make one I don't hear them killing now. Say Peter Obi and the Labour Party, they are ready to challenge the All Progressive Congress to court, tribunal court. Nigerians in diaspora volunteered to train INEC after 2023 general election. The Nigerians in diaspora organization NIDO has volunteered to train the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC workers for an efficient election processes. Also, NIDO urged INEC and other significant election stakeholders to move quickly to remedy the flaws found in February 25th, 2023 election in order to improve the conduct of future elections, particularly the upcoming March 11th governorship and state assembly election. This will assist in regaining voter confidence in the electoral processes and INEC, according to the organization. Dr. Bashi Obasekola, chairman of NIDO for Europe and America, pointed out INEC errors in the recently concluded election and blamed them in a large part of the tardiness of INEC officials. The organization's submission on the February 25th election and its recommendations read, NIDO worldwide deployed observers to polling units in some selected towns and locations in different states and geopolitical zones of the country. These include Lagos, Ogun, Enugu, Plateau, Benue, Kaduna, Cross River, Delta, and the Edo states, and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Of the polling units observed nationwide, it was a mixture of a punctuality and lateness in the opening and the start of the voting exercise. The tardiness of INEC officials was largely responsible for the lateness in the commencement of voting in many of these places, At all the polling units, we observed polling officials and materials did not arrive at the scheduled commencement time of 8:30 a.m. For example, in Jos South and the Bokos local government area of Jos, Plateau State, with the earliest recorded at 9:30 a.m. and the latest at 11:30 a.m. The affected polling units include Takare 1002, Takai 2, 00011, Primary School, Kunet 004, Mabo 01, and Bokose local governments of the same state. So, my dear people, this one now waiting. The Nigerians in diaspora, they say they are willing to collaborate with INEC in this regard, so that they will teach the INEC on how to discharge their duties. So this one now, who is fooling who? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. We don't have to be taking much of our time in illustrating this, because this one now here we will carry our kaya and go with one go. So my good people, if you never subscribe to my channel, make sure you do that anytime soon. Turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we go live or post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Make sure you share this video, make it go viral, because without this video going viral, tell me how other people will get the idea of what is happening or how the election was rigged, because some people up to today, they are still surprised on what happened during that election or electioneering process or procedures. So make sure you share it, make it go viral, share it in your Facebook page, in your WhatsApp group, in your Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, and the rest of them, because this message needs to get to every nooks and crannies of our country, Nigeria. Until I come your way again, I still remain Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth about this country called Nigeria. Have a nice day and have a nice Sunday. So shall it be. I am going. Bye for now. Okay, Messiano.